welcome to this Sunday's edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm very excited about this particular show because we're going to talk to someone from True Talent, which is very exciting, as well as we're going to learn all things about oral hygiene. So it's going to be an awesome show. Let's take a look at the weather. Welcome back to the show. I am so very excited. If I'm all smiles, it's because I'm all about women empowerment, and I get to talk to two beautiful and talented, very cool women, Liz and Allie, True Talent Network. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you. We're so excited to be here.
I am so excited that you guys are here. I feel like I'm grinning ear to ear because some of my favorite things, fashion, cool women, all about, like, I can tell you guys empower other women to be their best selves, and I love this. So to start off, tell me a little bit about True Talent.
Well, True Talent was kind of founded on the premise of a lot of people wanting to get into the industry of film and modeling. And they didn't know where to start. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know who to trust. They weren't sure if they should put their kids in it. They weren't sure if they should be in that, arena. So having this kind of realistic expectation of what you need to do, who you need to be associated with, just to get your foot in the door is kind of how that was born.
And I love that because just going back a little bit, it's so true because so many people are so excited when they see films, when they see magazines, they want to be part of that glamorous, beautiful life. But like you said, you have to know the right people and to go in the right direction, or else it can be a little bit confusing, or you might be paying for something that you don't need to pay for, etc.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many people don't understand the industry. And what I love about this is that they have one-day workshops, or we have one-day workshops. And the first one is coming up February 23rd. That's a Friday. And it's an all-day intensive workshop. What's nice is you don't have to do like an 8-week series. It's a one-day introduction to the industry. So the first day is acting, and then the second day is the 24th, and that is modeling. So it's very to have people, especially to have it in Park City, where I'm from. A lot of the people interested in the industry didn't want to do this because they're like, well, I don't want to have to drive to Salt Lake or to the city.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to be able to provide this for, smaller communities. That's our goal, is to provide it for smaller communities, because we know that there is talent everywhere and everyone should have a chance, right? To be in this creative industry.
Yes, no, I love that because we were just saying Sundance, obviously huge festival, and it's very glamorous and cool, and everyone's so stoked to go there and maybe, bump into a celebrity or two or three. And it's so neat that you give this opportunity to people. And like you said, the talent is everywhere. And I think some of the most beautiful human beings come from towns that maybe you wouldn't think. Not everyone just pops out of LA and, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's great that you guys provide this safe space and this opportunity for so many people.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like I said, it's interesting to kind of note what people have their preconceived notions of how to do things, or what not to do, or what not to pay for. And there are plenty of things out there actually that you can get ripped off on. I mean, that's for sure. These events kind of are nice because you're getting all of that information in a day. You're getting connected with the people that you need to get connected to in your area where you live. Keep in mind, if people have flown in from all over, even out of the country, to attend these events.
Wow,
And
that's
what's
cool.
nice about it is that it's offered on Zoom, or you can do it live. But
Oh,
we
wow.
choose to host these in areas, like Liz was saying, that might not get that recognition. But yeah, it offers all the tools that you need, and what you need to get started, regardless if you're looking for representation, or regardless if you're wanting to, just do this for self-confidence reasons.
Yeah.
There's every reason under the sun these people come to these types of events.
Well, and I love this too because you just brought up a really good point. Is you're kind of taking out all the other steps because it's a one-stop shop. You're going
Yeah.
there, you're going to meet the right people, you're going to get that confidence, and like that's so brilliant because I think we just think people are going to become a celebrity or to get, and some people are, or to get known or recognized or to start
Yeah.
their career. But maybe for someone, it's just about learning how to speak to other people or how to be confident in a
Exactly.
space, walk in and feel that good energy or feel
Yes.
beautiful. That's really
Yes.
powerful. That's
Yeah,
really
and I
cool.
think that a lot of people don't realize there is a process to this. And in order for casting directors to take you seriously, you do have to have your marketing materials in place.
Mhm.
And I really would love to see more of Utah be spotlighted in the industry.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they're not is because we're not trained. There's not enough people trained. So a lot of the local casting directors here are constantly saying, we need we need more talent trained.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
otherwise they end up going with people out of the state. So that
Yeah.
is one of the reasons we really want to get this going here in Park City and the surrounding areas.
I love
And
that
give them
too.
referrals.
Okay.
Yeah, give
Oh,
them
go ahead. Yeah.
referrals.
Oh, what were you saying? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
No,
you're good.
yeah, I was just kind of noting, you know, there are places all over every state that has amazing programs. One of the things that you kind of have to also note is a lot of these programs are going on Zoom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Los Angeles workshops that happen. They don't even offer those live. They are on Zoom.
Wow.
And, there's different learning styles for everybody, but that's kind of the glory of getting all of this education, is that you're able to get well-rounded with a lot of different people from a lot of different places, and to understand really what's needed, for your territory or wherever you're located.
And I love that too. I love that you guys want to bring it the Utah vibe and that there's so many beautiful people here and such a cool vibe. And you obviously love where you live. And so
Yes.
it's really neat. Give us all the information because I'm stoked now. I want to know exactly how, if you want to, or I should say when you want to attend this amazing event, how does one go about doing that?
Yeah.
Go
Liz, you're more
ahead.
than welcome, or I can, whichever one.
Go ahead, Allie.
The main thing, probably the easiest way to do it would be to go to the website. So go to www.truetalentnetwork.com,
Okay.
and you can click on whichever series you want to do. So if you want to do the acting one-day workshop, there's an option for live. There's an option for Zoom. Same with modeling. You can kind of go through and get a little bit more particular. What's great is if you do come live, you will get a free headshot. You'll be able to
Awesome.
do that. There is a discount if you do not come live. So there's some great options. There's also a coupon code for those viewers and listeners right now. If they type in the coupon code PC, like is in Park City,
Okay.
124, they will get $100 discount, which is great,
Wow.
and they'd be able to take advantage of that for this upcoming event, which is, like Liz said, on the 23rd and 24th.
That is so exciting. I'm like, I want to come to this. It sounds amazing. And
Yes,
I
we'd love to
literally,
see you.
and I have to say the headshot, that is such a big deal to be able to
Yeah,
come and get that done. You are literally taking out the middleman on all of this. That's brilliant. I love
really,
that.
truly,
One-stop
and
shop is how I
Yes,
like to
yes.
think of. And another thing that I wanted to mention too is
Mhm.
True Talent Network is about just providing a lot of different information. So as we grow, we're going to have like an entertainment attorney that we'll do interviews
Ooh,
with. We'll be doing talking to casting directors.
wow.
So we'll have a plethora of
Producers.
people that we'll be talking to get information that the talent need.
Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I am so impressed with you guys. And I'm not just saying this because I know that that's a big deal, the entertainment lawyer, as well as really understanding that because I've done a little bit of acting here and there back in the day,
Yeah.
and that's a huge piece of it. And people just think, oh, the headshot or getting, I mean, that's huge, obviously, or getting acquainted with the right people, but there's a whole nother side to it. So
There
good
is.
Yeah.
on you guys for really showing the
Absolutely.
whole
You
thing.
definitely need a
Yeah.
team. Your tax accountant, the entertainment lawyer, the casting
Wow.
director, how to work with your family when it comes to
That's
this, how
amazing.
do kids and
Wow.
parents work together. So there's a lot of information. And like I said, we'll continue to grow. And I don't know if you would like us to come back on and talk about those
Yes.
different things. We'd
I'll
definitely be
already answer
interested.
that. Yes, we will. We do. We want you guys. And I had a question really quickly too, as far as the age range goes, because I could see so many people watching this and being like, ah, I want to come, I want to take my son, daughter. What are the ages that you're thinking about for this?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, for this particular event, it's best for kids ages 5, and up.
Okay.
Um, that's not meaning that kids who are younger than that won't have opportunities and jobs. It's just that this is a workshop. It will be really difficult for
Right.
anyone that's
Okay.
younger than that to sit through it. But opportunities are for babies. I mean, literally, I have had phone calls from moms calling from the hospital
Oh
the
my God.
day after saying, I want to get my child into modeling. And when I ask how old they are,
Oh my
they're a
goodness.
day.
Okay,
So,
that's shocking to me. That is
yes,
pretty.
no,
They're on it. Hey,
it's
at least they know
very
what they're gonna
shocking.
do, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But what's interesting is castings have every age group, every
right.
ethnicity, even every disability. They've got a lot of different types of things for everyone and anyone.
I love
And I
that.
think the main thing is just to know how to do it
That's
and
awesome.
how to get your foot in the door.
Well, and that's so beautiful. And thank you for saying that as well, because I think sometimes people assume to be a model, to be an actress, to do an actor, actress, you have to look a certain way. And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And yeah,
Absolutely,
and acting,
absolutely.
modeling, all different types, shapes, sizes, colors, everything. So, yes,
Absolutely. And a lot of people try to put themselves out of that market, especially with modeling.
right.
They think that they need to be, 100 pounds
Yeah.
and 6 feet tall and string bean, and that is not
No,
the case. There are opportunities for every type of build. Really, truly, there
I
are.
love
And
that.
it's just a matter of honing in on those divisions and understanding what they need to do to
Right.
showcase themselves and to get in with those proper people.
Well, ladies, it was lovely speaking to both of you. And before we go, and yes, we will have you back. We're very excited. What
Thank
is
you.
the website again, once again, for everyone to get to go and sign up?
Sure. It's www.truetalentnetwork.com. And it
Awesome.
is just how it sounds, TRUETALENT and
Awesome.
network.
And what is the date one more time?
It's February 23rd and February 24th, depending on if you're doing modeling or
Cool.
acting or both.
And Zoom is available, which I think is
And
brilliant.
Zoom is available.
So
Yeah.
cool.
And
Well,
we
lady,
also have a
okay.
consultation as well too. So in
Oh,
case
good. Okay.
talent need to get more information, they can call us personally as well.
Mhm.
Awesome. You ladies are amazing. And thank you so much for
Well, thank
spending your time
you.
with
You are
us.
amazing.
You.
Thank you so much.
And it looks beautiful there as well.
Well, we adore you guys and we'll have you back soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
so much,
you.
Gretchen.
Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Care. Bye-bye.
And
Take
keep it
care.
right here. We have more of the show to come. Welcome back to the show. Now, oral hygiene is very important, and Ben got to sit down and talk to one of the dentists. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. As we're starting to get into February, it's National Children's Dental Health Month. So we are now joined by Scott Cashin of the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry to talk a little bit about why it's so important to make sure that we're taking care of our kids' teeth. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So it's my understanding that cavities are some of the most common issues in children's health. So tell us a little bit about that and just kind of why that's so common.
Yeah, so children do get cavities, and we're all about preventing those cavities. So we're recommending that children have their first visit to the dentist by age 1, or when that first tooth comes into their mouth, because we know if we can get a child into the dentist's office, and the pediatric dentist's office in particular, early, that we can prevent them from getting those cavities that you were speaking of by showing parents how to brush the teeth and take care of them. And if there is a problem, we can catch it before it becomes a big problem.
And it makes sense to me that the earlier you get the kid into the dentist, not only does it give the pediatric dentist the opportunity to kind of watch how those kids' teeth are developing and kind of keep an eye on any potential problems that might be arising, but I imagine it also kind of gets them a little bit more used to taking care of their teeth and kind of putting that bug in their mind a little bit. So it's something that they're kind of thinking of, even though they're pretty young.
Absolutely. That is exactly our intent, is like, we want to start it young. We want them to see that coming to the dentist, you don't come because there's a problem. You come because it's just what you do is on a regular basis. And we want to make it fun. And our offices are designed just for that, to make it fun and to create that positive experience for them so that they will be dental patients for a lifetime.
Well, and I imagine that setting that foundation early in the child's life can go a long way to preventing that adult hesitancy to visit the dentist and that, aversion or fear that a lot of grown-ups can have too.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I have parents in my office that tell me, they were scared to go to the dentist, and they're trying so hard not to project that on their child. And so I say, well, let me handle it. Let me talk to them. Let me tell them, you use my words and things that I say to make it positive, and that let them kind of be passive in the background so that we don't continue that cycle of not having good experiences at the dentist.
Well, and speaking of the parents, I imagine from their perspective, it can be a big challenge to just make sure the kids are staying on brushing their teeth. I know it was a big issue for myself when I was a kid. I was super forgetful, especially when I was like 12. And I would forget all the time to brush my teeth. And how do you encourage parents or help parents to kind of get the kids to remember to brush twice a day, or even floss if, we're really going for those stretch goals?
Right, there you go. So I think it is a struggle, and I tell parents, like, hey, it's real. And what I tell them is that at that young age, the parent just needs to be getting in there, that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it may be, get in there and help their child, let them have a turn, and then the parent gets a turn as well. That's going to help really get those teeth good and clean. As you get to that age of 12 where you were, I think we all kind of have that sort of like, that's like the last thing we want to deal with. But a lot of times what I'll tell parents is to, tell them, remind them, sometimes a sticky note on the mirror or a little alarm on the phone these days, whatever it might take to remind you to do that brushing before you head off to school is an important part of that. And sometimes it's just a matter of saying, hey, you don't want to walk out the door and have stinky breath. So sometimes it's just a matter of what might work for that older child to get them motivated.
Is there any time of year that you would really recommend going to the dentist, like a ideal window? I would imagine, if I was just going to guess, kind of that November or January neighborhood where we're either, after Halloween or after all of the sweet treats that come in through the holidays. But I'm obviously not a dentist, so tell us a little bit about, like, when's the ideal time to go into the dentist for your annual checkup?
Well, I think the ideal time is for it to be regular. So whenever you start, and I like the idea of, like, if you haven't started and you've had Halloween or the holidays, whatever it may be, and you've had a lot of sweets, to start then and then just go regularly. We recommend twice a year. And the main thing is just getting started and taking your child and seeing a pediatric dentist. And then from there, they'll guide you and make sure that you have the best care so that your child will not get those cavities on those teeth.
Is there anything to like look out for as a parent just in between those checkups? Things to keep an eye out for, like either in your kid's behavior, things that might be indications of cavities, or anything else that you kind of want to keep an eye on to make sure that each visit and those time in between the visits can still be good times for people's teeth?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, of course, the brushing 2 times a day for 2 minutes. And as you said, the stretch goal of going and getting that flossing done, that's going to be the first part. But as you watch your child, if you see them wince when they're eating something cold, or you see them not want to brush in a certain area, you might question them, is something bothering them, or you see them sort of grab their face, anything like that might be a sign that something might be happening, and you may want to just take a look in the mouth. And sometimes if you're helping them brush, just taking a look, if you see something that just doesn't look quite right, a spot on a tooth, it's worth just having it checked out by your pediatric dentist.
Well, and to branch out just a little bit beyond cavities, if we're seeing the kids' teeth develop, is there any early indications that you think orthodontic work might be things to either look at or to get ahead of? Anything that you could think of in that regard?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I think all parents want to look at the shape of the teeth, how they fit together when the child is smiling. We actually recommend children having their first visit to the orthodontist around the age of 8. On average. Some are going to go older, some may go a little bit younger. That might not be to put braces on at that time, but if there is a problem developing with the teeth as far as where they're coming in and what positions they're in, that kind of thing, then this just gives the orthodontist and the pediatric dentist a chance to work together to get them the timing right to get that care when it is indicated.
I know from my own experience that was definitely something that my family dealt with when I was a kid. My sister went through like a ton of orthodontic work, and somehow I managed to avoid it entirely. But that kind of combination or that kind of difficulty can be a challenge for the parents. Anything else you would recommend in just kind of keeping an eye out for the kids as their teeth are developing? Maybe if you do have different children developing in different ways.
Sure. I mean, I think probably 2 big things. If your child had a habit when they were younger, a thumb, a pacifier, fingers, whatever it may be, you may want to look to see if the teeth seem to be a little bit kind of more, I call it flared out, or just kind of out a little bit further. You may look at that. When the child bites together, do you see a space, or do the teeth kind of overlap? Those are just a few things that parents can watch out for, but I'll go back to just saying the pediatric dentists on those regular visits are going to monitor that. We are trained to look at growth of children, and we will refer you to the appropriate person, orthodontist, if you will, at the right time, just for those very reasons. So it just goes back to those regular visits starting at age 1 are so important for all those kinds of things, not just cavities, but watching how the teeth grow and come in and all those kinds of things for sure.
Awesome. Dr. Cashin, before I let you go, where can people go to find out a little bit more?
Sure. So a little more in depth than what we talked about today is go to aapdfoundation.org, and that's going to give you a whole lot more information than we could talk about today, although I could do it all day. It will really be a resource for parents to even locate a pediatric dentist in their local area.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Scott Cashin, President of the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry. You have a great day, and thank you so much for all that great information.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we will be right back with a little bit more show right after this.
thank you for spending some time with us here for Wasatch Weekends. What a great show. I loved it so much. Learned so much about oral hygiene. Oral health is so very important, and true talent. What an awesome interview. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon for more Wasatch Weekends.